What's up, everyone? Christian Duke, MD Noble Weekly, episode 21, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com, your go-to source for all your bodybuilding and fitness supplements. Today is Friday, November the 10th, special edition. Everyone is talking about the Rich Piana autopsy. Apparently, Anthony Roberts requested a copy from the coroner, released the findings alongside with an article. I hope that this autopsy lays to rest a lot of the hateful commentaries, a lot of the statements made by a lot of websites. Unfortunately, even though the truth is staring people, black and white, official source, right in the face, people are going to continue with their alternative narratives. They're going to continue to speculate. We're going to have these experts weighing in because to them it's going to be traffic. That traffic then they can sell to advertisers and say, oh, our website's really relevant. Everybody's talking about our website. It's really, really sad. You know, the autopsy should have laid everything to rest. But I think you and I, we both know how this industry works in terms of social media and superstars and people trying to just make themselves relevant, force themselves into the spotlight. And so, unfortunately, I feel like we have not heard the end of this by a long shot. Now, the other news story that, just baffles me is, just I don't even know how to even get into this story. William Sullivan, IFB Pro, Men's Physique Pro, the founder of P28 Bread, arrested, accused of just a series of just insane crimes. I mean, apparently this all allegedly stemmed from a domestic violence call where, the victim was attacked, put into a plastic bag, put into a box, then put into a trunk, driven around for hours. 5 hours, in fact, they say the crime took place, ending in Syracuse, New York. And very reminiscent, in my opinion, of the whole Craig Titus, Kelly Ryan thing. And again, you might say, well, that's, your opinion and that's your speculation. And it might be, but I'm trying to think to myself, what could the purpose have been and what could the outcome have been of attacking someone, putting them in a bag, in a box, and then driving them around in a trunk? I don't know. That's pretty bad, And then there's talk of millions of dollars in cocaine and marijuana, and to me, honestly, to me, it's a wasted life. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if this is true, it's a wasted life. You have the founder of one of the biggest staples in sports nutrition in the world. P28 Bread is all over the world. Someone that probably made a lot of money, had probably a beautiful house, a great life. This to me is a waste. And the victim, can you imagine being the victim of a crime like that? If the crime actually took place where you're attacked, you're put into a bag, in a box, and the worst, you're in the trunk. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. The thoughts going through your head, I would imagine, would traumatize just about anyone. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but if found guilty, I would imagine a very, very lengthy prison sentence at the very least. It's just insane. Changing topics. Kai Greene, Stranger Things 2. Everybody's talking about that. I'm a huge fan of the series. I watch it on Netflix. When it comes out, I watch the whole season at once. I don't have the willpower to watch it, one a week or anything like that. Screw that. I got to watch them all at once. To me, honestly, it's a little frustrating because Kai Greene really is a great actor, and I think that is completely undeniable. I think people will recognize that, and I think much like Arnold, I think anything that Kai really set himself for, that really wanted, he could do. Whether it's movies, bodybuilding. Come on, Arnold Classic champion, second in the world, arguably to some, he's the best. I think if he got into politics, people really love Kai because they relate to him. They like his positive outlook. They like his optimism. They like his American dream mentality that anything's possible if you work hard and you believe in yourself. People really like that. And to me, it's just a little frustrating as a bodybuilding fan because I feel like if he really wanted to be Mr. Olympia, he would say, I'm not doing any more tours of Pakistan and China. I'm not, going to do these boot camps. I'm not going to do all these personal training clients that he does, all these diets and preps and nutrition plans and transformations, and be like, I'm not going to do any of that work with those clients. I'm not going to do the boot camps. I'm not going to do the world tours. I'm not even going to really do the supplement line. I'm going to have someone else run that for me. I'm just going to focus one full year my diet, my nutrition, my supplementation. I'm going to like go to the chiropractor. I'm going to get acupuncture. I'm going to do whatever it takes Whatever it takes to win that Mr. Olympia, I feel like he could do it. I feel like he really could do it. But I feel like he doesn't want to do it. I feel like he's at a point, kind of like where Lou Ferrigno was when he got the Incredible Hulk, where things just happened where winning the Mr. Olympia was no longer a priority. You know what I mean? And maybe Kai will be another Lou Ferrigno. Maybe Kai, the next time we see him battling for a Mr. Olympia, will be in like 10 or 15 years, and it'll be like a Masters Olympia, like it was with Lou Ferrigno, because maybe now, you know, he's going to start getting bigger roles, possibly leading roles, and, you know, with that is going to come, you know, different goals and different dreams. And so it's frustrating. But he did a great job on Stranger Things too. Not to my surprise. I mean, honestly, I know that he'll do a great job of whatever he does. It's just frustrating to me as a bodybuilding fan that he doesn't want to win the Mr. Olympia with the same level of desire. Now, something I want to talk about also is theft in our industry. A photographer friend of mine in Kentucky, unfortunately, some folks have allegedly taken his photos and allegedly tried to go on Amazon and eBay and try to profit off of his hard work without his permission. And, you know, honestly, that really is a problem in our industry, whether it's competitors, whether it's fans, whether you're making money or not. The fact that people are cropping out photographers' watermarks and then putting the photos up as if they're their own is outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. It happens to the best of the photographers. It happens to websites, and you know, and but to then like actually create a project and try to sell that project to actually profit. I don't know how people honestly can look themselves in the mirror. I mean, photographers have to buy their cameras or lenses. Don't get me started on their lenses. You know, long distance, short distance, motion, stills, highlight, low light, nighttime. I mean, it's like the lenses are oftentimes more expensive than the cameras. And they need to have all the lenses if you're going to be a cutting edge photographer. You know what I mean? A lot of photographers will take a whole set of photos for a competitor. They'll put their watermark and that's it, you know? But, you know, the competitor hasn't paid for the photos. So it's not okay for the competitor to crop out that watermark and use a free set of photos to market him or herself with, when the photographer doesn't get anything. You know, so it's not just fans, it's competitors also that are doing it. And now, like, for people to try to make a business, a livelihood off of, you know, ripping off the I mean, that's just, and I think, look, honestly, guys, I think we need to police ourselves. I really do. I mean, if you go to the Arnold Classic Expo or the Mr. Olympia Expo or the FIBO, you see all these booths, and you're like, oh my God, this is such a all-encompassing world. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Of course, the fitness industry is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry, but the community itself is a small, close-knit community. And I feel like self-policing would be the best way to approach dealing with theft. You know what I mean? Because it just happens. I mean, I've even seen people crop out NPC News Online where I can see the top of the N, the top of the P, the top of the C. I can see it because they didn't crop it out all the way. That's straight-up theft. When you can call a photographer or call a website and say, first, could I use your photos? More likely than not, they'll say, yeah, just keep the watermark there and also give us credit. It takes all of 2 seconds. Or they might say no, and if they say no, guess what? It's no. But to use them, even to use them without asking is wrong. But to then crop out the watermarks, the logos, that's like straight up theft. And to then take it another step further, to then try to make money off of it, come on. There's Instagram channels that are super popular because they find obscure photos, and then they have the audacity of putting their Instagram handle over the photo. That's what a photographer does with his or her property. These Instagram channels don't own these photos. These are photos from like Dave Draper's heyday. You know what I mean? You don't own that photo. How dare you put your Instagram handle across the picture so someone else can't look at it or use it or whatever? I mean, it's insane, because somebody else might actually want to use it, might actually get permission. That might be the only picture accessible online, and they can't use it because they have this stupid Instagram hashtag over it, or Instagram handle over it. It's crazy. So, you know, to me, honestly, there's no excuse for theft. And, you know, I believe in whistleblowing. I really do. If you see somebody doing that, you know, report them. I don't give a shit. I mean, honestly, I don't like to curse on these things, but it really bothers me. It really bothers me because I know a lot of photographers, a lot of videographers, you know, and contrary to what a lot of you think, they're not making money left, right, and center. A lot of them are breaking even. Some of them at certain shows, they walk away at a loss. But then the love of bodybuilding kicks in and they continue to do it, even at a loss. But to then have people steal from them, nah, completely unacceptable. Finally, I want to thank Jeff and Angie Sherman, as well as my good friend Gary Uda, your NPC Mid-Atlantic Zone Chairman. Last weekend, I was at the 2017 NPC Natural Kentucky, go to a lot of shows, and it was absolutely fantastic. They put me up at a beautiful hotel room suite, absolutely beautiful, riverside view. I loved it. All access pass. I was able to do all the interviews, all the photos I wanted, backstage, side stage at the expo. It was fantastic. So once again, huge thank you to Jeff and Angie Sherman, as well as to my good friend Gary Udit for hooking me up at the 2017 NPC Nashville, Kentucky. And that'll do it, my friends, for episode 21, MD Noble Weekly, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com. See you next week.